Hello, Cruzumunda Manjik. Cruzumwa de te de buga. Cruzumunda Manjimana. And they use you guys the brag. Welcome back again to another beautiful video. Good evening. How are you doing? Trust you're doing well. Thank you so much for clicking. I really do appreciate. God bless you. Thank you. So, I saw this video. Asemba. I will talk to my cruise. For those of us that are still single, searching, trying to mingle, it is very important we watch this video. I would have loved us to watch it together, but it's quite long. So please pay attention and hear this story. All the very important part. Watch, and I'll be back to say the few things I want to say.
Day or a moment in your life you wish you can erase, what day would it be?
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
That would be the day I met a man that I gave my love, loyalty, and virginity. And he gave me something in return that changed my life forever. And honestly, if I had never found the courage to sit down here today, I probably would have carried it in silence till I died.
Carry on.
So I met this man in the most normal way you can imagine. He used to come around where I did my industrial training.
Okay.
At first, it was just greetings. Good afternoon, good morning. How are you doing? Nothing serious. He never rushed me. He was very slow with everything. So I thought he was the right one. So he started buying me snacks. Sometimes offering to drop me home when I'm late. Asking about my day. Making it look like he cared. And funny thing is, he never crossed any boundaries. He respected me 100%. If I said I was not comfortable with something, he backed off immediately. So in my head, I was like, this one is different. Not like I've had any experience before, but it just feels right with him. He started telling me things like, I don't just want to play with you. I want something serious with you. And as a young girl that was trying to do things right, that meant a lot to me. He will call at night just to pray with me. Yes, to pray with me and to also remind me my goals. He will always tell me I was too decent to be treated anyhow. Looking back now, I felt like he studied me. He knew exactly the kind of girl I was, and he became everything I needed to see. I didn't fall in love in one day. It was gradually and intentional because he made it feel right. See, there was even a time that I told him that I loved him, but I cannot have anything to do with him romantically until we get married. This guy held my hand and told me, I know, and that's why I respect you so much. I am not in a hurry, and I really want to do everything right by you. That statement alone broke every defense on my end. Because who says that and still have bad intentions?
Wonder.
He became part of my daily routine. Morning calls, afternoons, checking up on me, asking me if I've eaten, how I was, how my day was going. And that alone made me feel important. We are now eating. He calls me his everything. So I decided to give him. I gave this guy my virginity because I thought he was the one.
Yeah.
So when the day came, I didn't even feel like I was making a mistake. It felt like it was a decision I've made with someone I am going to spend the rest of my life with. Also, I thought. And that was the day everything changed.
What happened?
After I allowed this guy have sex with me, the efforts started reducing. Not that deal, but the calls were no longer long as they used to be. The attention was not the same, and me, instead of stepping back, I decided to try harder. I thought maybe I was the problem, maybe I needed to do more to keep him. Then my body started changing. I was always tired, falling sick often, things that were not okay or proper. Should I put it that way? At first, I ignored it. But at some point, I had to go to the hospital to find out what was wrong, what was making all those moments uncomfortable for me. So when I got to the hospital, it wasn't even something I was so worried about at first. I just thought it was stress or infection or something small that they could just give me medications right there and then. Then they did some tests, and the nurse that ran the tests kept looking at me in a weird way. And I was confused at first. After a while, she then told me to wait to see the doctor. So when the doctor came in, he was calm, too calm. And then he started asking me questions about myself, my life, my lifestyle, and if I had a partner. I answered everything innocently because at that point I still didn't know what was coming. And then he said the result came out positive. I remember asking him, positive of what? He didn't answer me at first. He just adjusted his shirt properly and then his chair and leaned forward and looked at me, and then he dropped the news. He said, it is not the end of the world. I can never forget that day. That was the day I wished I never lived to see. I tried to reach him. Calls, messages, social media. I hope to no avail. This guy blocked me. I could not reach him. He blocked me as if I never existed. When I stepped out of that hospital, that was when everything started making sense in a painful way. I just kept walking without direction, replaying every single thing in my head. The calls, the prayers, the way he looks at me, like I was the only one that mattered. I just kept thinking. But it turns out I was just a target. After everything I give to this guy, I gave him my body, my whole self. Guess what this guy gave me in return? This guy gave me HIV. I remember standing there and asking myself, so this was the plan all along. Because nobody goes through that long effort just to love you in this generation. And that day, a new me was born. And I told myself, if this is what the world is, then I'm not going to sit down and suffer it alone. I know it was wrong, but at that moment, I wasn't thinking straight anymore. I was sad, I was angry, and I was broken. And I decided I was not going to be the only one to carry this alone. So I started living the life I never imagined myself. And as I'm sitting here talking to you, I've been with close to 25 men already.
Did that make you feel any good?
No, it didn't. As a matter of fact, every time I meet with somebody, it feels like a piece of me leaves my body. There was the piece I thought was going to erupt, never did. There was no satisfaction, no peace, just emptiness. Sometimes I just sit down and ask myself, how did I even get here? Because this was not who I was. I was just a young girl trying to grow up and figure out how life was. I didn't plan for all of this. My life became meaningless. I was just there waiting for the day the disease will finally take me. I even dropped out of school because I could not take it anymore. Then I came across your page where people just come and open up, and I just said to myself, maybe I don't have to die in silence. And that's why I came, because I don't know what to do anymore. and I'm tired of living. I'm really tired. Really, really tired.
First of all, look at me. Your life is not over yet. What happened to you, yes, it's quite painful, but it's not the end of the world. You need to stop hurting yourself and start taking care of yourself more. There are people out there that also have HIV and they're living healthy. You just have to accept help, take your medication, and choose to live again.
Exactly.
Anyways, let me ask you, what school did you drop out from and what level were you then?
I attended and I was in my 300 level. I was doing my industrial training when this happened.
Right, so do you like want to continue? Do you want to go back to school?
No, I don't think I want to. I don't want to.
All right, aside school, do you have anything in mind? Like, you want to do anything to like distract your mind?
I have never thought about that. I've never sat down and given it a thought.
So before you figure that out, as you came and you saw a student, and I don't know, I've decided I'm going to be giving you the sum of 100,000 naira to start something for yourself, just to keep yourself busy, just distract yourself from anything that is going to be pulling you down. You understand? All you need to do is just take your medications and just go about your daily life. Do you understand? You're going to be fine, I promise you.
Thank you very much, sir. God bless you. Thank you, sir.
Welcome back, you guys. Phew. I don't know why I want to believe that this is not true, but that does not still mean that there are not people who had faced this kind of reality. Even if this guy faked it like he lied, right? Even if it no be true, say this girl, happened to him, but there are people that this kind of thing had happened to. I want us to talk about it. I don't want to talk too much, but I want to point out a particular thing. Did you guys listen to what this girl said? This man already knew what he wanted. He already understands how we women act, believe, react, and he played along. First of all, he was a big giver. He was a listener. Nothing sweet woman. This is now what they list now. Giver, listener, and then very royal. When the girl say, I will not do this, no problem, no problem, no problem. Because one thing is sure in a relationship, I did it when I was still doing relationship. I might start with you and I will say that, I will not do anything intimate with this guy. But trust me, now me go come the one they do intimate because of the love where the guy done they show me. You understand me? I'll begin to change my mind. I'll be like, Kamezie, let me do it. Don't be moved. Don't be pushed with the love that men show you. When you take your decision, take them. It is true that there are sicknesses now that are greater than even HIV. Power HIV here, kidney, liver issue, cancer. I'm a hara HIV. God forbid, I don't need any. But the truth is, what if we can't deal without anyone, Oboronso? So we must have to still be careful because they never get cured in as much as it can be managed. So I just want to tell us, as growing young girls, do not, because of seeing that complete man, every box is so tikicherie, everything you literally want in a man, tikicherie, and you will go and lose God. Did you hear that as soon as this guy got what he wanted, he changed automatically? So a man can pretend to love you, but they don't love you. A man can fake dying for you, but because they already know like. So this is me now telling you, please, whatever you want to do with a man, HIV test, very, very important. Infection, culture, very, very important. If you don't do these two things with anybody, no matter whatever the man does for you, no matter how in love you are with that person, no matter if you never do these two things, because there are some infections that are even more dangerous than HIV. So that man must go for culture. Already, hardly will you see someone that is free of infection in this world nke kita now. Mo nwere candida onwe nka, oge nweriri. So you must have to treat yourself before you start. Even if you will use protection, just know his status. Tell him, please, I want to know your status. Those days that I was doing relationship, I did it. Oborozia kita. Owa dabarugor. Please. I saw this video. Mood mu change. Amuchagom. Because I'm like, what if? Oburkwanamo. It can be anybody. So please let us be careful. Very, very careful. Then lastly, what I wanted to say is, you see, when this girl let her cut this sickness, she started doing the same thing that the guy did. So she was judging the guy. Now the guy Emegi, but you end up doing it too. Who knew or who knows what also prompted this guy? Maybe the same way a woman purposely did it to him, and he swore to himself to also be doing it to people. So I want to tell you, my sister, please forgive him. Oh. Forgive him and forgive yourself. Heal. Heal. Forgive him, forgive yourself, and heal. Then work on yourself. Start up your life. Oh, this is not the end of the world. When the guy asked going back to school, she said no. I'm like, no. You can't do that to yourself. So please. I saw a video of a particular guy that came out shouting, Jesus, that God has saved him. That God has saved him. He shared the story. He said, God has saved me. Jesus, thank you. What happened? So he started wooing a girl. And then they don't date, everything don't do okay. They don't know each other. They had cut, I think he said 4 to 5 months. And then the girl invited him to her house. He said he knows the medication. As soon as he saw that medication, he knew the girl was a carrier. And immediately he asked the girl, what medication is this? The girl said, no, it's nothing. That the doctor gave her to be drinking for her body system, her hormones to be functioning well. That they recently came to their area and tested them some things. And then they instructed her to be taking it. That she just started taking it. It's for women's body, for good, getting. And the boy said, he just did the and that was how he vroom. Let's say that this girl did not carelessly keep that medication. And I'm thinking, when I heard that point, I'm thinking maybe the girl did not even know she's a carrier. So let's say, for example, now say, this girl self-hide them. She already knows she be carrier. She not like this, she go share them. She not like this. She not like this. Very simple. And to every man, woman that is sleeping around, you're a married woman, you're a married man, please, before you sleep with anybody, the littlest thing you would do to your partner in order not to infect all your febrile infection and HIV. It doesn't cost much. Culture test high as 15,000 naira in Nigeria. HIV, be like saying 1.5. Throw away 20,000. Do that girl or that man test before you begin do them. If you feel you want to cheat, I want to say this to every man and woman watching this. Now you're a young girl, you're a young boy, you want to go into relationship. You can start be cutting, but as soon as you see say on a relationship don't they reach to please go and know your status. Both of you, if you will treat infection, treat her, she will treat you. A woman who will not be willing to go for infection test with you or HIV status test with you, run no. Ben Johnson, maybe suffer the way they do us. Because we go now your frustration. You got Amazon. When you nwere ntị ya nụrụkwa o, ịmara asị sụọ na ebe, ma ịmara asị sụọ na ebe, una no. Thank you so much for watching. I saw this, I said, I'm gonna share with you guys. Be kind and careful, so that we will live what God had ordained us to live on this earth. I will see you again pretty very soon. I remain your G, your Asa, Cruise with Lily, and I sign out. Bye.